understand how money works? Money is funny stuff. Most people never understand money. They earn it, they spend it to get credit, they overspend it. They use it to buy happiness, and they end up miserable. Churches are no different. If you understand how money works and spend it wisely, it will multiply and do wonderful things. If you don't understand it, you can make terrible mistakes and destroy your church. Stick around, and I'll share 6 important things you need to know about how money works. I'm Steve Petty, and I have 3 goals for these videos: to help you become a better pastor and leader, to save you time and money, to help educate, motivate, and energize you to motivate and energize your church. If you find these videos helpful, I hope you'll subscribe. There's a red button over there that you can click, and you'll be subscribed. And if you have any comments, you can comment down below, or you can send me an email at steve@revstevep.com. Money. Do you understand money? Stick around. A lot of churches really don't understand money. I've seen churches make terrible financial decisions that hamstring the church for years to come. And I've seen churches make really wise decisions that just multiplied their ministry and did amazing things. But I've seen a lot of pastors who just don't understand money. So today I want to talk about understanding money, because it's critical you understand key things about money. First of all, money is meant to change hands. That seems obvious. I mean, after all, we have these currencies, different sizes, so that we can buy different size things. We add them up, we subtract them. But some people think that money is just to be spent. As soon as you get some, you spend it all. Some people think money is meant to be collected and hoarded so that you become fabulously rich and never spend any. Well, no, it's in between. Money is meant to circulate. You get some, you save some, you spend some. Now, what does that mean in terms of the church? Most people understand this innately, inherently. They get money, they spend it on things. So they're willing to be asked to circulate their money toward the church. Asking for money means that you are doing things. You have purpose for that money. There are things you want to see happen at your church, and so you're going to conduct a campaign, you're going to raise funds, and you're going to spend those funds. People expect this. The reverse is true. If you don't ask for money and you don't do a lot of things, people won't give you money. Why? They're not sure what you're doing with it. Are you doing anything good? Do you have any ministries going on? Are there exciting things that they should be giving money to? If you're not asking and you're not doing, they're not giving. So understand this. Money is meant to circulate. And it can circulate to your church if you are asking and if you are doing things. More about that later. Number 1 thing, money is meant to circulate. Number 2, spending money does not relate to happiness. A lot of people feel that if they get money and they spend it, they'll be happy. They can buy things that will make them happy. This is not true. I've seen churches invest in new gadgets without changing their ministry. Gadgets will not increase your church. They won't make things better. You can buy the greatest video system the planet has ever seen. If you don't have a mission and ministry that are vital and alive and doing things in your community, it doesn't make any difference. Spending money does not relate to happiness. Though, unwise spending can lead to unhappiness. You buy it, you really, really are happy with it for a short period of time, and then you realize it really doesn't make you happy. Then the buyer's remorse sets in, and you go, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have spent that money. Now I'm out the money, and I'm stuck with this thing that really doesn't make me happy. What do I do now? And if you bought it on credit, you're going to buy it for a long time. However, wise spending does not make you happy. But if you spend money wisely, it can provide a platform or foundation that allows you to be happy and allows you to find happiness through other more important things. If you're not worried about money, you can find happiness in a lot more things. But just spending money has no relationship to happiness. So, number 2, remove happiness from any formulas related to money. Number 3, this kind of relates to what I said in number 2, having adequate resources reduces stress. Wow, isn't that true? If you have no money in your bank account, you are stressed. And if you have a little bit of money in your bank account, you have a little bit of stress. But if you have enough money in your bank account to pay all your bills for 3 months, wow, that relieves a lot of stress. This is true for the church. But the curious thing is that I've run into pastors who say, well, we can't make money because we're a nonprofit. Absolutely, you can make money. Absolutely, you can run a profit. Absolutely, you can hold reserves. You just have to understand how money works. Nonprofits can hold cash, funds, reserves, designated funds. Your reserve funds can even be invested. You can even buy stocks and bonds. You can do all kinds of things. You need to understand that you're a nonprofit, which means you can't pay your board of directors and you can't pay your members. You're not a profit-making institution like a corporation that's going to pay stock dividends to its owners or pay its board of directors for being on the board. You can't do that. Your trustees cannot make money by being trustees. The last thing I want to say about this in terms of reserve funds is you cannot invade your reserve funds to do other things. Fourth, money follows mission. Now, this is a really curious thing because a lot of churches spend more money on maintenance than they do on the mission of the church. And they kind of expect people to keep giving money for maintenance. People don't give money for maintenance. Nobody is excited about fixing your plumbing. People give money to your mission. Mission makes a difference in the world. People give their money to the church to make a difference in the world. And if you show them how their money is making a difference in the world, they will give you more. I know pastors say, well, we can't do that because if I ask them for money for that, they won't give it to the church operating budget. The opposite is true. If you have missions that you ask them to give to, they will give more to the church operating budget. Why? Because they saw you use their money wisely. They will happily give you more in the faith and hope that you will continue to use it wisely. Money follows mission. Which leads to 5. People will give to a vision they believe in. Again, it's a mission issue. But painting the mission issue is the vision. What is the vision that you're projecting for your church? What is the picture that you're painting that people could see your church involved in the community? What is the picture you're painting for your people of how their money is being spent? People will give to a vision. When you run your finance campaign, make sure that it's a powerful vision that you're encouraging people to give to. People will give to a vision of a better world. Why? We know it's not a great world. God created it. We've kind of messed it up. We've got a lot of work to do to fix it. People are involved in your church because they believe in the future. They believe that there is a vision that God is calling them to. People will give to a vision they believe in. If the vision is being met, people will give more. If the vision is not being met, or if you stop doing the vision because you need to do the maintenance, people will stop giving their money because you're not meeting the vision. Paint a vision of a better world and then get involved in the mission of making it happen. People will give happily. 6, people will stop giving money when their money is not being spent wisely, or you're not doing with their money what you said you would do. This seems obvious, but I can't tell you how many times I find churches who violate this essential principle. They take a big offering for some specific need, and they raise the money, and it's sitting there, and they haven't quite spent it yet, and then the boiler goes out. And they say, well, we're going to have to spend that money on the boiler. And everybody goes like, that's not why we gave you the money. We gave you the money for this mission. Well, but we need the boiler because you guys want to be warm on Sunday morning, so we're going to have to fix the boiler. And they fix the boiler, and then they don't have enough money for the mission, so they give a lesser amount to the mission, or they don't give anything. And then they wonder why people don't give more money. Well, they didn't feel like their money was being spent wisely. They understand the boiler needs to be fixed. You need to find the money someplace else. You can't keep invading funds that are given for a specific purpose or a specific mission. People will see that as unwise. If you ask people for money, use it as you promised. Don't invade it for other purposes. And spend money wisely. Spend it on mission and ministry. And people will give. And spend it wisely, and people will give more. These are the basic principles by which you should be understanding the money flow of your church and funding the church. I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you understand the principles I'm talking about. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at steve@revstevep.com. Next week, we're going to talk about another essential part of finances, know your costs. It's surprising to me how many churches don't know what their costs are. If you don't know what your costs are, you're losing money. I almost can guarantee it. So next week, know your costs. That's it for this week on Coffee with Coach. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.